Well, hi everybody. It's just after dawn. I don't know if you can see the sun behind me. On day one of what I think I'm going to call the pause. The start of 3 months or 12 weeks of not self-isolation for me personally, I hope, but for an awful lot of other people, especially, the vulnerable people and all the people 1.5 million people who've been written to by the government, as our Prime Minister Boris announced last night. I couldn't sleep very well last night. Woke up at like 3:30 and I've been lying in bed and I thought it's just such a nice day. I'm going to go out and I'm going to catch the sunrise, which I have, and I've been walking around, and I'll put a few photos up of the little duck pond that I go past, and just show you where's Truffle. There's Truffle, going for a little walk with Truffle. She was very keen to come. I've been thinking as I've been walking along, and it's quite interesting. There were, not sure if there's any at the moment, there were some vapour trails in the sky, and I thought, there are about 4 actually, and I thought all these aeroplanes are coming back to London, carrying people who are desperate to get back before the borders close and all the countries around the world and the flights are suspended. We've got our son who's coming back from Thailand on Wednesday, hopefully, fingers crossed. It's a very anxious time for everyone. Look at the lovely countryside. And actually getting out in the countryside is very therapeutic, I find. And I wanted to see the sun, I wanted to hear the birds. And I have heard birds. I heard a woodpecker earlier by the duck pond. And it just reminds you that things carry on growing. And it really is beautiful, the sun, the light. So I might just do a couple of these videos every now and then while I'm walking. Catch a sunrise, catch a sunset. See what the future brings day by day. I'm not used to doing these sorts of things, so I might run out of conversation at some point. But it is, on the positive side, an absolutely gorgeous morning. Can you hear the skylark? I just heard a yellow hammer, so we'll see if we can hear it again. But that is definitely the call of the song. There's a woodpecker in those trees over there. There you go. Something lovely about stone walls. I like walking up this hill. Not sure if that's a robin, but there is often quite a robin around here. Yeah, the church has got a lovely blue clock face and then gold, not sure what you call them, sort of golden flag bits on top of the turrets. Anyway, very pretty. these rabbits. They're having a great time. There's the robin. I think he's talking to another one further away. Still a bit of frost on the grass where it's in the shade. To Truffle, little Truff. She's 9 and she's 9.5 now, or she'll be 10 in June. And she comes on me with my morning walks, and she's just very good, aren't you, Truffy pie? And she's probably thinking, "Come on, for goodness sake, because I want my breakfast." Do you want your breakfast, Truff? Are you ignoring me now? Eh? You keep headbutting me. Yes, we don't want to see that, thank you. Can you wag it at least? Wag your tail. Wag your tail. Truffy, you good girl. Truff. You good girl, Truffy? Truff. Truff. You gonna wag your little tail? Are you gonna wag it? Okay. I'm coming. I just want to video this lovely river. And it's very nice actually when you see the horses coming through here, sloshing through. Anyway, there were loads of people walking yesterday. I've never seen so many people walking. And I think this whole coronavirus thing and having to stay at home, work from home, I mean, it's dreadful and what's going on. But there must be some positives that come of it, and I think one of them, it's got to be that people are going to want to go outside and appreciate nature. I saw a dipper here once actually. Here's the little bridge coming up. Yeah, I mean, it's frightening. Everybody's frightened. Everybody's in shock, me included. And I don't think we really know what's in store for any of us. And trying to keep a sense of perspective, I think nature really helps with that. Because it carries on, the water carries on flowing under this bridge with a drought. And actually the water in the floods was coming over the top of the bridge. Yeah, this is like a really old stone bridge. I'm not sure how old. But we're just walking over the grass, frosty grass. In fact, you can see under there's a massive big tree trunk or stuck. But in some ways, during the flood, that sort of held a bit of water back and stopped it flooding from the houses in Brookend, which are down along that way. So, there's Luckington Church, just coming up to it now. Reflections on day one. Why am I doing this video? I don't know, maybe nobody will ever watch it. I think I'm doing it really for people who are stuck in their homes. They maybe haven't got a garden and they've got the prospect of not being able to go out for considerable time. And I know I am hugely lucky and privileged to be able to walk outside like this every day. And I remember, well, I lived in a council flat for, I I don't know, a couple of years when I was a child, and until I was 14, I think, didn't have a garden. I had a yard to play in at the back of the shop, and one place we had a balcony. But so I do know, and I do remember what it was like, you know, maybe just to go down to the park, or, you know, not to be able to go out. And so that is why I'm doing this, so that you can, people who maybe, you know, you can be sitting at home, or maybe you're not very well and you're lying down and just want to see a bit of outside. Anyway, look at that lovely church. And then this is the back of Luckington Court. There's the farm. No animals in there at the moment. Lovely daffodils. Go through a gate. We've got some Commonwealth war graves in the graveyard here, and in fact the grave, there was a project, heritage lottery funded project, I think it was, to tidy up some of the tombs are all cracked and broken, and so there's been a lot of work done, and yeah, so that one I think's been mended. All these ones I think have been mended. Yes, that was son in Thailand, Hong Koh Tao, just ringing me because either he got his days muddled up, but he didn't ring me yesterday for Mother's Day or send me a note or anything, so I think it was Mother's Day plus one call. And anyway, he's booked his various flights. Look at that lovely, we have a new lovely gate. I don't know whether somebody paid for that, or but it is solid oak and it's beautiful. Very, very newly done. Look at it. Yeah. Yeah, so he's getting a ferry and then flying up to Bangkok on Tuesday and coming back on Wednesday. He can't believe what I'm saying to him about what's happening here. It's actually, I think, really hard, going to be really hard for young people who are used to socialising and seeing their friends and going out, and, you know, I mean, I don't mind it so much. In fact, I'm quite looking forward to having a bit of time. I mean, thank God this has happened in March time. That's March and not November, and we are looking forward to months of grey rain. I mean, now at least the days are getting longer. Things are starting to grow. Be able to do a bit of gardening. Sorry about that, chaps. Yes, it could be worse. It could be worse.